Hey friends! Hello everyone! Today is December 14th, and in this video, I've taken into account all your comments. About 8 months ago, I released a whole series of videos on my channel dedicated to sports nutrition. In those videos, I spent 30 days first reviewing a gainer, then 30 days on creatine monohydrate, and later on protein. By using these supplements for a month, we monitored my visual and strength changes. By the way, if you haven't seen those videos, be sure to check them out. But now, I'll briefly remind you of certain outcomes from those videos. The video about the gainer, I was using Mutant Mass Extreme. This version added a little more calories than the regular Mutant Mass. I was taking 3 scoops daily. I went through 3 whole tubs, spent quite a bit of money, and many of you wrote to me saying that I was using it wrong. 3 scoops isn't necessary, just 1 scoop is enough. But despite that, I gained a pretty significant amount of dirty muscle mass in just 1 month, 30 days. Next, I made a video about creatine. I reviewed creatine from Optimum Nutrition, which came in tablet form. I made one mistake and said that each capsule contained 5 grams of creatine. In reality, there isn't 5 grams in one capsule. I really messed up and thought there might be 5 grams in it, so I said that, but in fact it's much less. Consequently, the dosage was lower than what would have been optimal to get the best results. But even so, I still managed to achieve a decent result at that time, which was relatively good. Although I followed the instructions with both the gainer and the creatine, I didn't deviate from them. Then I made a review on protein, also from Optimum Nutrition, and it didn't work as well as the others. I didn't gain much, it almost felt like I was getting leaner. But some of you wrote in the comments saying that it's cool, that it's supposed to work this way. Some said, okay, thanks for saving me from making that purchase, and so on. But there were also comments suggesting that maybe I bought a fake product, and that the protein wasn't real. Okay, let's not consider the protein right now. Now, I have a great opportunity to listen to your comments because I've already received gifts for the new year. Thank you, Kassar. So, in this video, I'm going to take Mutant Mass again for a whole month. But this time, it's not the extreme version, it's just the regular Mutant Mass. And by the way, it has a new banana flavor, and the creatine from Optimum Nutrition. But this time, we won't make any mistakes because this creatine isn't in tablet form, it's powdered. And it comes with a scoop that measures exactly 5 grams. So, I'll be taking creatine with a slightly higher dose than I did in that video from over 6 months ago. And I'll be taking the gainer in 3 times smaller doses. You might think, well, why not add protein to this mix just for the full picture, so to speak, to show what happens if you take all 3 supplements for a month. But I'll tell you, there's no point in adding protein, because this gainer already contains a large amount of protein. In general, this gainer will replace both the protein and the gainer supplements at the same time. We can see that per 100 grams, there are 20 grams of protein and almost 400 kilocalories. The rest of the contents aren't really important or interesting to us. 1 scoop contains 80 grams of gainer, but I'll take a heaping scoop, rounding it to 90 grams. Accordingly, overall, I will be consuming virtually the same amount of protein that I would from the protein I used back then. As for creatine, there are 300 grams here. Therefore, if I use 10 grams a day, it will last me for 30 days, which is perfect. So let's start the experiment, and first, we will begin with my appearance. We will take measurements, weigh myself, then I'll do the unboxing. And at the end of the experiment, I will meet with you again, and we will compare everything. This, by the way, will be a video transitioning from 2023 to 2024. Happy New Year to everyone! You won't see this before the new year. Let's begin. So friends, here's how I look from the front. Here's how I look from the side. And here's how I look from the back. And here's how my legs look. My left arm is 41 centimeters. I've added a little bit over this time. My right arm is also 41 centimeters. Shoulders, here they are. Chest, 110 centimeters. Of course, the most interesting part, the waist at the beginning of the experiment, 76 centimeters. Let's take a look at my forearms. Maybe there will be some growth there too. Or maybe you're just curious about how big my forearms are. They are 35.5 centimeters. Forearms. Left leg, 60 centimeters. Right leg, 61 centimeters. Calf muscle, 42 centimeters. These are the anthropometric data on the first day of my experiment. And of course, weight, 87 kilograms. As for my workouts, I will be training 3 times a week this entire month, following a full body routine. That's more than enough. Now let's start testing. So, we will begin this review with creatine. Experts, by a show of hands, is it a fake or not? What did they put in it? Write your thoughts in the comments. It opened very easily. Here's the cap. By the way, regarding the date, here's what's written on the bottom. Take a look, maybe you know something about it. Anyway, I will proceed like stonks, and I will add this creatine together with the gainer in 1 serving. So, as for the structure, it's like powdered sugar. Where's the scoop here? To be honest, I don't know. In terms of taste, it's just regular, flavorless creatine. We need to find a scoop. I understand that I don't know how to do this. If you know any life hacks, please write them. Let's try to find the scoop. I honestly have never used this kind of creatine. Maybe it's better to use a fork even. Listen, I can't seem to find the scoop here. I don't know how they want me to measure it. All creatines usually come with a scoop. Okay, it's written in the description to add 1 teaspoon. So, I guess there are no scoops here. Well, that's a little suspicious. Okay, not great. I consider this a minus. If you don't think it's a minus, write your thoughts in the comments. But honestly, it's not very convenient to scoop with a teaspoon. And yes, you could Google the price, and for this kind of money, you could get sushi delivery and ask how many servings are included, so they put a spoonful for the same number of servings. I wouldn't say it's very convenient to scoop with any other spoon that could have been here, but I think compared to the teaspoon, it would definitely be easier with something else. But no, it's not here. No scoop. I've already been poking around trying to find it, but I think I mixed it all up. Okay, let's make a decision. I will drink all of this with milk, as the consistency will be not too thick. I think 300 milliliters of milk will be enough. I'm not advertising milk, but this is 3.2%. Okay, let's take the teaspoon. Again, here's the minus. Teaspoons are usually wet because they are moist when you take them. I'll scoop with a heaping spoon like this. Look, I think there's definitely 5 grams there. Listen, let's weigh it, just out of curiosity. Let's weigh it, just for fun. Let's see how we do this. I have a scale. And now we begin the experiment segment. I'll scoop plus or minus the same amount as last time to get a rough idea of how much creatine I've scooped and how much of it went in there. Well, listen, 8 grams went in, I had it with a scoop. Well, if we even add a little more, like 10 grams, roughly the same amount I had when I added it here. Okay, we've established that. Next, the gainer. As I told you, this is a gainer without the mutant label, meaning it has a bit fewer calories than usual, but it still has a lot of calories. Honestly, I'd like to drink it with 3 scoops, like I used to, but then it would run out in 10 days. Unpacking. This is the taste. Oh wow, listen. The first difference between this gainer from M and a regular one from Mass, it smells like a vegetable store. Seriously, it has the scent of walking into a vegetable store. Such a mix, interesting smell. But look at the difference here. How should I call this? A sticky bit. Well, kind of a sticky bit. Can you see it? I hope so. Well, kind of sticky. Of course, here we have the same scoop waiting for us. Let's also check how much a heaping scoop weighs. I didn't weigh the container. Well, we'll weigh it later. 83 grams with a relative heap, 12 grams, so there was 71 grams. It starts to take on a pinkish hue. Actually, this packaging, it's somehow more pliable than you know, that type with the Ziploc line. Oh. And it smells kind of like strawberry. Wait, take it, is this strawberry? Strawberry, banana. Yeah, the flavor. I'm silly, but it's a very pleasant smell. The color is a soft pink, the smell is not at all chemical. Well, like, at all. Obviously, you're not digging through any lumps here because this was a very small portion of all these powders, so the liquid is acceptable. So, let's try it. First test. Well, you know, there's not a distinct banana taste. There's a gainer aftertaste. If anyone has tried gainer even once in their life, they'll understand me. It overpowers. I think even other flavors, but mainly the gainer taste. This very specific taste. Not that it's unpleasant. Yes, overall it's decently sweet, but I think if I added 3 scoops, maybe we'll check it, it would be ultra sweet, like way too sweet. But in these proportions, it's actually pretty good, by the way. Judging by everything, the creatine slightly crunches on the teeth. Just a tiny bit. You won't hear it, like walking on snow in the frost. The same sound. At the bottom, I don't know if you'd like this ASMR sound or whatever it's called, but at the bottom, it looks like the creatine residue is still there. I'll even say that not only do you feel it, you can even see it. If you look closely right there in the depth, there's actually a whole deposit of creatine. Seems like it. Well, overall, the gainer is pretty good. As I said, acceptable, sweet, not horrible, and it seems like you won't get tired of the taste quickly. Well, that's about it. I'll be drinking it for a month now. 1 scoop of this and that, and let's see at the end of the month what the results will be. The most important thing is that I hope creatine will still boost that feeling of being able to do more, because lately I haven't felt that way. So that's how it is. See you at the workout. As I told you during this experiment, I trained no more than X times a week. I remembered the past. This was mostly a full body workout plan, but to be more specific, during the week, I did exercises for large muscle groups. For example, for legs, I did lunges, squats, and leg adductions. I didn't work with many reps, focusing on high intensity with lower repetitions. Every workout to failure. For back, I did pull-ups and deadlifts, 2 times a week with weights. 1 workout with my own body weight, just did as many pull-ups as possible in the shortest time. 1 workout with maximal weights and 1 with medium weights. Deadlifts once a week, always to failure, starting with 10 reps and finishing with as many as I could handle. Twice a week, I did the bench press, 1 heavy set with full range of motion, and the second time, I started experimenting by pressing from the rack. I read that this method brings results, so I decided to test it on myself. I remind you about the course with Sarachev. If it's still relevant, please support with likes. In my case, I would be interested in a course focusing on 150 kilograms. I also did dips once a week with added weight, but I didn't go above 64 kilograms, working with a higher volume, aiming for 10 reps per set. I also tried dumbbell presses, which went decently well. You can definitely work on this and train for reps with 50 kilograms. There are no heavier dumbbells at the gym, but for some reason, it feels easier to press with dumbbells than with a barbell, even when comparing a 100 kilogram bench press on the barbell with 50 kilogram dumbbells in each hand. My first fail during this whole process. Well, actually, I've had such fails a long time ago. But since I had been blending all my shakes in a blender before, and now decided to mix them in a shaker, this happened. The problem occurred because I added a bit of warm water from the kettle, and the result was that my sports nutrition flew all over the kitchen. So keep in mind, with warm consistency, it can open very easily. That's how it went. Next, I trained biceps a couple of times a week, but sometimes on tough days with pull-ups, I did heavy bicep curls. For me, that's 70 kilograms. On days when pull-ups were easier, I still did heavy bicep curls, sometimes even with 80 kilograms for the workout. And of course, the exercise I revived was wrist curls. I made good progress in this exercise during the experiment, aiming to get back to that point and be able to do 10 reps per set. Also, during this experiment, I managed to visit Dubai for the first time in winter. It was unforgettable, awesome, a successful success. Buy courses. Yes, for the first time, I felt a summer vibe in winter and enjoyed the great weather. It was hard to work out while on vacation. The gym left much to be desired. No barbells, no lever machines, no plates, and no real gyms in the area. Do you think I'm the only one afraid of heights here? No, look at this guy. His pants got all wet.
Depot on the beat.
So, friends, looks like some abs are visible. Also, it's clear that the beloved creatine ran out. Now, I can't collect all the remaining bits from the bottom, so I'll just do it like this. This will be my shaker. Actually, I'm one of those people who just tosses the scoop into their mouth and swishes it around because it's way easier. The leftover powder, strange as it sounds, doesn't stay at the bottom because most sports nutrition doesn't dissolve very well, and that's why you always have to add more water. But I'll keep it simple. Even though it's flavorless, there's still a bit of an unpleasant feeling when consuming this creatine. Well, that's it with creatine. Now I just have to finish the gainer, which is almost done. I've got just enough left for a couple more servings. That's how it goes. Fast results. By the way, the results are real, and that's something that really excites me. So friends, there's not much left, and I think this will be my final serving in this experiment. Here we have 750 milliliters of pure gainer, sugar, and protein. It's a bit disappointing to realize that the sports nutrition has run out. Creatine, gainer. But still, it served me faithfully. I have a feeling that powdered versions give a better effect. As they say, gainer is gainer, but nuts are still important. Hey friends! Hello everyone. It's been a little over a month since I started taking Creatine Plus Gainer. Let me now tell you about my experiences during this month, and we'll also look at my anthropometric data. Speaking of which, let's start with those. So, shoulders, 135 centimeters, chest circumference, 118 centimeters, left arm, 42 centimeters, right arm, 42 centimeters as well.
Также 42 сантиметра. 79 сантиметров.
Left leg, 63 centimeters, right leg, 63 centimeters. I hope that's visible, and my weight now is 90.5 kilograms. And yes, this is how I look from the front, the side, and the back. And this is how my legs look. I'd like to note that the arm size increased, and that actually makes me really happy. I've moved past a plateau, and now my pull-ups are going great. More on that later. Throughout this month, with only one scoop of gainer, I still saw some mass gain. It seems like the quality of the mass gained is even better than when I was eating 4 scoops. However, it didn't completely suppress my hunger. I used it to curb my appetite for a few hours. Yes, it helped with hunger, but not for 3 to 4 hours like before. But that's understandable considering that the calories, protein, and other nutrients are 4 times less because we're using just 1 scoop. As for creatine, I think the powder works better. Either it's placebo or it's really the case. But it feels like it's working better. It might even be a little less convenient to drink because I have to use more water. In conclusion, I'd say that the creatine plus gainer combination is probably one of the best combinations you could use to achieve maximum results while training naturally. It really helps me, despite my intense training regimen. Regarding strength training, I also had good gains. I did bench presses from the rack and added some weight, also working for reps with 100 kilograms. I did lunges with serious weight. Now, let's move on to the most interesting part, the pull-ups. They've improved a lot. I started doing pull-ups with 64 kilograms added weight, and that's a pretty good result for me. I believe this is one of my most successful videos because in this one, I really managed to break past a plateau. Perhaps the rest and the combination of both creatine and gainer contributed to this, as I haven't used much sports nutrition in my life, and I've mostly relied on my own drive. So if you're interested in the future of my pull-ups, please hit like. If I get 5,000 likes, I'll make a video where I show my progress with weighted pull-ups over a whole month. If you haven't seen it, there was a video where I did pull-ups with 24 kilograms for a month, 100 times a day, and let me tell you, compared to that level, my pull-ups have reached some kind of cosmic level. Given where I was, this is all in my own reality. Back then, I thought I was good at pull-ups with weight, but now I realize that I can do 10 reps with 32 kilograms. even though it was super hard for me before. Now, I don't struggle with that anymore. I can even finish off with 32 kilograms, doing 7 to 8 reps with really exhausted arms. Of course, this isn't a strict approach, more of a casual, beginner-friendly one, just how I like it. So, friends, that's the video. Thanks to everyone who watches me. Hugging you all. Next up, I think I'll get into Sarachev's course. Please like the video and I'll keep making them. I see you've already liked my previous video a lot. It took quite a while to get those likes, actually. Well, soon. I also have bench press goals, so welcome. And as always, I wish you to always be in shape and develop comprehensively. See you next time.